this is Mark Newsom, Mr. Marketing. Welcome to this special presentation entitled The 3 Biggest Online Marketing Mistakes the Average Newbie Online Marketer Makes and How to Correct them. Ladies and gentlemen, without a doubt, the average beginning online newbie marketer is bound to make these 3 most common online marketing mistakes. The purpose of this video is to hopefully help you get past those if you're making those mistakes, or avoid them altogether if you haven't made them yet. Successful internet marketing already has enough built-in challenges, ladies and gentlemen. That's a fact. So you don't need to add to the mix. In fact, what this video is designed to do is to help you get up the mountain faster by minimizing the most common mistakes you're bound to make. With that said, let's take a look at common marketing mistake number 1, and this is huge. Entrepreneur, you are deluded, misguided, and miseducated if you believe for any reason anybody is going to trust you online when you're just starting out. Now, don't make a mistake. The big companies that are already branded, your Microsofts, Burger Kings, Campbell Soups, they already come online with a huge brand. We're talking about me and you, the average small entrepreneur, service provider, small business owner. There is no way a complete stranger is going to trust you the first time they come to your website, especially if they're coming to a sales page where you're attempting to sell something. So with that said, here's the first thing you need to do. Anytime you can provide social proof, do it. It's a huge, it lowers a barrier like you couldn't believe. For example, if you have a weight loss product, if you yourself have lost 22 pounds in the last 6 months, it really helps, entrepreneur, if you have a before and after photo. If you've got any testimonials, be it written, audio, or video, these are, you absolutely can't go wrong with real testimonials. The point is, regarding social proof, is this helps to build rock solid trust and credibility, because nobody believes what you say, especially on the internet, especially when you're first starting out. So if you've got social proof, by all means, share it. Here's common marketing mistake number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, when a visitor comes to your website, especially your sales page, for the very first time, and they don't buy, think of it this way. Think about your favorite television show, whatever it is, or a sitcom. Would you watch the exact same television show, be it a drama or a sitcom, for the next 8 weeks in a row? Think about that. Now you may say, okay, Mark, I kind of see your point, but what does that have to do with online marketing? If a person comes to your website, now we're talking about your sales page now, not your blog. If they come to a sales letter for the first time, whether you paid for the traffic or not, and they don't buy, there is no reason for them to come back. It's just like you going back to watch that same show you've seen for the last 7 weeks. It's not going to happen. So with that said, if you have a blog, you better have some type of opt-in box. In other words, you better have some kind of way that you're trying to capture an email address. And the best way to do that is by magnetizing your offer. What do you mean, Bart? Give them something that you know they're interested in and offer it to them free. In other words, a solution in exchange for their email address, so you can start the follow-up process. Because nobody is coming back to a website twice, a sales page, 2 times in a row to read the same sales letter. That's why you got to build an email list, entrepreneur. And here's common marketing mistake number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, here's what the typical average newbie online marketer does. You get all excited to hear about blogging. They either pay for a blog or they struggle to set up one. And we're talking about a WordPress self-hosted blog now. In other words, WordPress.org, not WordPress.com. Self-hosted meaning you're paying for the hosting. Here's what they do. They're guilty of blog abandonment. What do you mean, Mark? Think of it this way. Think of Google as a worldwide pizza delivery service. Somebody types in some keywords, in other words, a slice of pizza that they want from Google. Google puts up a bunch of listings, and let's say your listing is the first one. Somebody clicks on your link and they come to your blog, and guess what they see? You haven't posted any fresh content in the last 7 weeks or 3 months. Now, you know what that does to Google's credibility? If Google puts up listings and there isn't any new content, those eyeballs start abandoning in Google, folks. And that means Google doesn't sell as many AdWords. So you see how that works? I mean, would you call back a pizza place and it took them 3 days to deliver the pizza? You get the point? So you got to be consistent when you blog. Now, I know there's a thing called life. It kicks in. Sometimes it's just unavoidable. You can't get to it. But here's the point. There is a website called freelancer.com. And as of this video, August 2013, you can go there and for $1.25 an article, ladies and gentlemen, you can have somebody write content for you. So let's say you pay somebody to put up 2 articles, that's $2.50, and you do 1. Now, if you can't do 4 articles a month, maybe you better consider doing something else. Internet marketing may not be for you. So that's $2.50 a week, or $10 a month, $12.50 when you have 5 weeks in a month. If you don't have $12.50 to invest in your own business, this probably isn't for you. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who want to discover how to add an additional 25% more gross profit to your bottom line in the next 90 days or less without having to add any new customers or clients, an entrepreneur, do yourself a favor. Grab that free 9-page special report, and you can get it at youcanmarketonlinenow.com/sales. This is Mark Newsom, Mr. Marketing, looking forward to being with you next time on the Marketing Minute.